Brandon Love Sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC, the mighty LDBC is to be exact. And today we're gonna talk a little wrestling, a little professional wrestling. Cause I know I told y'all I was gonna do a video on one of y'all. One of my videos I was doing, one of my basketball videos. Y'all wanted me to talk about wrestling, so I'm gonna take the time to talk about wrestling. SmackDown was really good last night, so we're gonna talk pro wrestling. All right, so we got WrestleMania coming up. I'm talking a little AEW too, AEW and WWE. So we're gonna come thing wrestling right now, because I am and have always been since I was a child a professional wrestling fan. Now I did in college and having my family, and I kind of had to do grown man stuff, which I don't do, but you start. It's like when you get older, you revert back more to especially when your kids grow up. But I know I didn't really start watching wrestling. My kids got like 5, 6, 7 years old, where I could take them to the wrestling show. Then I fell off for a while and didn't watch it again for a while. And then we were all kind of indoors, I started watching it again. So usually I had like that 5-year gap. But let's talk about what's going on right now at WrestleMania. We got John Cena, who just pulled the ultimate curve on everybody, on all his fans, and he pulled the Hulk Hogan 96 NWO move on us, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of saw it coming, but nobody else did. A lot of people didn't see it. I'm gonna tell you when I thought he was gonna turn heel. I thought he was gonna turn on Jey Uso at the Royal Rumble, and I think they did that to kind of throw us off, to make us believe that when he lost the Royal Rumble, when Jey Uso eliminated him, and that's that look on John Cena's face, like his eyes, you could just see shock, disdain, frustration on his face. And I remember thinking at that moment, I said, he's gonna get in that ring and he's gonna attack Jey. And I was like, that's probably who we gonna wrestle at WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking. So we get in there, we moving towards that. The only thing that really kind of stopped me from going all the way that Jey Uso don't have a title right now. So I was thinking in my mind, okay, maybe he can win, beat Gunther in between now and the Royal Rumble. And WrestleMania is one of the premium live events. He could win the World Heavyweight title, but it just didn't feel like John Cena would go after Jey. Now, I'm not saying Jey ain't a worthy, but I'm talking about huge. Me and my girlfriend loves Jey Uso more than I do. I think she got a little crush on him. But it's cute, it's funny though. But I don't know. I just felt like Jey Uso, they wasn't gonna push him to that level. You talk about John Cena, who, in a lot of people's eyes, I got him top 4 or 5 greatest WWE athletes of all time. Definitely in my top 10 greatest wrestlers of all time. Not so much because he's the greatest wrestler. John Cena is actually a better in-ring performer than a lot of people give him credit for. But it's just his promos, man. Just the appeal to the kids and everything. He's like a Hulk Hogan that actually can wrestle. Hulk Hogan had like 4 moves: the boot, the punches, the body slam, and the leg drop. And even his punches you can tell they working punches. They don't look like shoot punches, like real punches. Like that slow punch. He telegraphs his punch, so he's so slow. I remember him and Andre Giant when they wrestled WrestleMania. That was like the slowest match I've ever seen. Like 2 big dudes just like, man, let's get this match over with, man. But Andre the Giant, when he was young, he actually was a pretty good wrestler. He could move pretty good for his size. Like, not as fast as Yokozuna, but he could move pretty good, though. So John Cena turns on Cody Rhodes with Travis. That was funny. That was hilarious to me. The Rock, when he threw up at War Games, now we understand what that meant. That's John Cena, the hustle, loyalty, respect, when he threw that up. So, they swerve us all at the pay-per-view at the Elimination Chamber after John Cena wins and wins a spot in the Royal Rumble, in WrestleMania main event. And that's just I don't understand how John Cena could move to the front of the line. I understand on merit alone, on just some respect and like what he's accomplished over his career. But you got a lot of guys that's kind of waiting in line. You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns has already had his time, but he's still great though. And I think Joe is 40 years old now, close to it. You got him, you got his cousin Jey Uso, you got Cody, which is already the champion. You got Drew, you got There's so many guys that you can put up there that you use. Seth Rollins, of course, like to me, he's always gonna be great. Seth Rollins is to me one of the great wrestlers of all time. I've always said he reminds me of Shawn Michaels and the Macho Man Randy Savage, like that. He know how to electrify a crowd with his moves. And he's so good in the ring that even if his promos aren't that great, you just respect his work ethic. Like Seth Rollins just screams respect to me. A guy that just puts it all on the line, kind of like John Cena, kind of like Randy Orton, who's another guy I've always kind of had an immense amount of respect for. We're talking about both just the WWE, because I go all the way. I expanded to other territories, AWA, NWA, all those. Actually, Nikita Koloff, the Russian Nightmare, was actually a really good personal friend of mine. All these guys, wrestlers and all this stuff that I respected over the years. I got to put Seth. If I'm talking about WWE only, you got to put Seth Rollins at least in your top 15, at least. He could even sneak into the top 10 with the body of work that he's accomplished. The very first ever Universal Champion. Back when the belt was red, he was the inaugural champion of there. Then he was the inaugural new World Heavyweight Champion with that new shiny belt they got now. And he held that belt for quite a while, probably 6 months. Had a nice little run with that belt. He's just good. Seth Rollins is a guy, he's dependable. If you need him as a company, you need somebody to carry the company well, be an ambassador for the company, that's the dude for you. Oh yeah, I love Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is like, I got him. Daniel Bryan is top probably 5 for me, WWE. You talking about one of the greatest babyface characters, man. Like he's up there with kind of like Sting to me, man. Like, Daniel Bryan can play a heel. He plays it very well. He's funny with his heel. But he probably prefers to, just like AJ Styles. You can tell he enjoys playing a heel, but for one, they're so little, they're smaller than everybody else. They got that, like, Daniel Bryan would take on 10 men and get the dog crap beat out of him, and then be right back on Raw the next night asking for more smoke, bandaged up, everything. Those kind of guys. If Daniel Bryan came back to WWE right